Happy Father's Day, kids. It's pretty dark. It's the lighting. I see the problem. Superman's gonna fly over there real quick. What are you doing, Eddie? I'll do a Mr. Rogers here and kick off my shoes. I don't have my slippers out here, but I've been wearing these little friggin' kung fu shoes all day at least. I like them, but sometimes between Superman's teeth, Superman's feet, it's been a rough road. But anyways, kids, Father's Day. Now, some of you don't have fathers, some of you don't have mothers, and I understand. Trust me, Superman understands. He's been through a lot of family ordeals, especially around Father's Day. Now, I'm not the Superman, not the one up and away. I'm just a Superman for God, if that explains a little bit. Somebody bought me the perfect toy when I was a kid, and I loved the hell out of it. And it was a turtle, not like I have now a real turtle, but a stuffed turtle, and I was the first memory I had. And I loved that thing, and I could never, and somebody tells me they run over a turtle, my head just cracks a little bit. Like my best friend at the time, he called me, he said, I ran over a turtle, I think I heard a big crack. I was like, Dan, don't even tell me. All right. Probably none of this is relevant to you children, it's more for your parents. But we're going to talk about his families. Now, I have a child somewhere out there, and even a grandchild, that I don't see. Because Superman wasn't always super. And I'm not really Superman. My real name is Mark. And you kids can call me Mark, Mr. Hit, Hitman, whatever you want, as long as you do it with a little respect. And kids, little guys, girls, you can do whatever. And I got my service dog, Eddie, that's what I call him. I'm his service dog. He's the most gentle, laid-back soul. So if somebody's scared of dogs, well, if you want to get your kids started on this dog, he's a good starter dog. You can pet him and whatever. And see, now I get little girl stops every time to see him. Every once in a while, I'll buy her some, and I can hear her going back, I want a dog, and the guy's practically not yet. And they're not ready for a dog. But I love animals, and animals taught me more than people did in many ways. I'm getting older, and I'm getting tireder. So it's harder for me to explain. Now I need glasses, of course, so now I really look a little bit like Superman, Clark Kent, but I also look like my dad. My dad, his last years in life, didn't really speak to him much because I wasn't approving of his lifestyle. For someone that gave me so much wise advice, how could you become something that you went against? I had to go out shopping today, so I had went to the Wally Mart. I'm sure at least you've been there once. Anyways, all that's other stories. Back to the origin of me. This is about me, actually. You can tell people, I know how he became Superman. It started out when I was very small with my spirit animal, which happened to be a stuffed turtle. And your parents can check out yours by cross-referencing, in their own even. Cross-referencing. I can't even say it. I need a drink. Something cold. I don't remember if I can pause on this. Hang on, let's look. Okay, I'm back. With a nice Kool-Aid drink. Sugar-free, of course, because I'm diabetic. And I don't want to get sick. Which reminds me, I'm going to do something bad here. I'll be right back. Okay, for Superman, I look like hell because I took my teeth out, put them in. Yeah, that's another thing. Superman don't necessarily. I'm a grandfather myself. I'm 56 years old. I plan to retire at 55, so I'll be 57 in about 6 months. So I'm about a year and a half away from retirement. Or no, I'm a year and a half over the time I'm supposed to retire, but we're not going to talk about that. This was harder than I think. Maybe I'll edit it and start again when I'm not worried about Ginger popping through the door. Now, I have bad habits like for your dads, your moms. My worst habit is for these cigarettes. And Chantix, which I tried, does work, but it was so much money for the crappy insurance I have. I have the best insurance for drivers, and they wanted $400 to $600 for Chantix, and I'm like, that would pay for my insulin for 2 months. You know, when the insulin was real expensive, I ain't spending that on Chantix. Screw it, I'll just smoke. But I'm real close to quitting again. So if you see me with one of these, it's probably a good chance that I'm on my last few. And another thing, just for my kids, I do wear the Superman ring. I don't know if you can see it. And when I'm wearing it, I may be in mourning. It's a good time for a young person to come talk to me because I'm real open to advice. Men will know what I'm talking about when I say, you know, guys will sometimes talk to me late at night. And that's something fathers and sons and families do for each other. My family wasn't necessarily all white. If anything, I have more black family than white family. Now I am, I guess, considered white. I'm half Croatian. Beautiful language if you want a whole lot of consonants. Oh my God, it makes Polish look easy. I used to read it and try to understand it. It was hard, but but it helped me with other languages. And I'm Heinz 57. That means everything else. I'm 2 parts American Indian, which I'm most proud of, Sioux and Blackfoot. And I identify most with them on a sun god level, and that we'll get into that later, kids. But you can write your own story if you have a good place to start. Now, mine wasn't always good. Depending on the age of the person, I'll tell them a more PG-13 version where I cuss once. But I'm trying not to do that because I've always been about the kids, and it's been hard. You know, it put me in places I should have never been. Anyways, back to the subject. Fathers and sons. Sometimes it's the mother. Sometimes it's the father. Sometimes he just don't know how to be around children. I try to teach guys the proper way to handle your children and everything. And in children, I've taught many of them this trick, just to distract them, and then I'd give them a speech, and it depends on their age. And I'd take the cigarette while they're coming to Jay's News, bring it out my mouth, depending on their age, put it in my ear. You know, you can see that one. Normally you don't. I'm doing it for kids. And their all-time favorite one, of course, I'm going, well, what's your problem? You tell me what's the matter. And I'll be like, you can't very well make your problems, like this is my problem, cigarettes. I can't just make them disappear, And they're like, ooh, how'd you do that? And I'm like, hey, I don't know. You're ready to know the secrets. And I'll say, I'll check with my God, which is everybody's God. That's a whole other theory of my own philosophy. But I'll go, and you can see it now. The parents could see it, but the kid couldn't. Now you might have. And I'm sorry that I showed that. But anyways, God, I do what God says. And I go, all right, let's bring it back. Now, any kid that knows this knows I don't approve of kids smoking. Although If you're going to try your first cigarette, save it. See how great smoking is, or save it for someone really special, like Daddy come home and he's a mess, and you go, Daddy, I got a trick for you. And he's like, when everything settles down, and your daddy's like messed up, say Daddy was in jail for a while, that's happened. And Daddy, I love you. Well, don't rush into it. Wait till the perfect time if you can, if you think about it. And then you can go, Dad, you still smoking? Can I see one of your cigarettes? And I say, the man showed me this, or whatever. You don't say whatever he called me. And it's a good chance your dad might know the trick if he knows me. And you say, you do it, and you do it the best you can. You concentrate, and you say, all right, now, pay attention, Dad. I've been practicing, waiting for you to get out. And boom, now I got empty hands, right? Now it's time to bring it back. Do the little wave to distract Dad a little bit. He'll be like, what's he doing? Boom. And then boom, bring it back up. Boom. There you go. That's my favorite trick. I do it in bars. I do it everywhere, and everybody's amazed. Like, drunks are great because they're like kids. They don't, but it teaches them something rather than going home and being total assholes, especially if you have children. That's my PG-13 word, asshole. I won't say it again because I'm going to have little guys watching. And this is actually an extra cigarette. I'll throw it back in the pack. I won't give it to nobody to touch. Now, there comes the old lady, and she's the one that taught me about how to be with children and be strong and still, you want to jump in here? Oh, no, you don't. I didn't realize you were sexy. I hope there's no nudity in that shot. I'll check before I put it up. I have lots of stories. This is it's like an introduction for kids, and we can go into more detail. Kids can have their dads, or in my page, Hitman 15203 at I don't know. Well, Yahoo, I'm under Mark Hit, which you'll first see a guitar player, very good guitar player. Once in a while, when I have a little bit of time, I'll practice some of the things I've seen recently, even putting on the internet, which I like to do when I'm relaxed. Now, I'm going to give Eddie and myself, because we haven't really eaten much. He did have he had an accident on the rug. It happens. Clean it up good, and you won't have to worry about it. You get a dog. He's old, but he's getting better. I have him on the same diet I'm on, the Superman diet. And I have the girl on a training program also to be a better mate. And I've given many men advice, about how they should really treat their women, whether they wanted it or not. And some of these guys you'd be scared to death to talk to, let alone talk about their old lady. But that's it. I mentioned this because I want to do something for the kids and the parents. And this is kind of an introduction. You know the age of your kid. This is PG-13. We know what that is today. That's F's and whatever. I don't do that for my videos unless I'm mad and it's an adult video. But you can screen it if you like it. Play it for the kid one night. You pull right up on the TV too. And there's a funny one that was my most popular when they did pay me, but they paid out and everybody tried to sue me. They still try to do it when I have music on there. I'm like, look, it's a free page. Music's outside. Sue the outside, Copyright infringements. I don't care that heard it through the grapevine, which I saw them live, by the way. I saw both the Four Tops and the Temptations down at Point State Park when what was left of them. And that was the nicest, best concert. And I won't get into that because that's more adult stuff. But I'm going to go get Eddie a burger, and I'm going to have half myself. McDonald's burger, he loves those. They're like a treat for him. I would never get the pickles. Could choke on a pickle. I do get the diced onion sometimes because we both like it, and it won't really hurt them because they use that other place I would never give them onions. Or if I feel we don't need them, I'll scrape them off. Sometimes it makes his breath stinky and his parts, but if it affects his diet, I'll remove those too. All right, this is Hitman out. I love each and every one of you. You're all good kids. Even if you can't hear me, you're all good kids. It's just you need sometimes to think more than even your parents sometimes. That's neat. Okay, Hitman out. Love you all. Happy Father's Day.